Hi everyone, Tori here with another scrapbooking process video. This one is called City Girl, and I am using the Studio Calico Carolina Moon scrapbook kit, as well as some of the things from the Project Life kit and the card kit. So I have 3 more layouts using the Studio Calico Carolina Moon kit coming up. I'm hoping to do all of the voiceovers tonight for those 3, so sorry if they get a little silly because you know me, when I do a whole bunch and it's late at night, they tend to get silly. So I'm going to just start by doing this voiceover, and then I'm hopefully going to be able to upload all 3 of the layouts at the same time because I want to get them done and out of the way so that I can move on to the Studio Calico Galileo kit, which I got last Friday but haven't been able to play with yet. And today is Monday, so I'm really excited to play with it. So I started by using this super awesome photorealism paper with a skyline on it. Actually I don't know what city it is. I'm not big into my US cities, so sorry if you're from here. But I love the back of that paper, which had this like graphic black and white triangle print. And so when I was looking at the paper, I decided to use half of it with the city skyline and then half of it with that black and white bold print. So I needed something to mat it on, so I had this Dear Lizzie paper pad, and I grabbed a pink paper, and I'm just going to let a little bit of that pink poke out at the top of the page and at the bottom of the page, just to bring a little bit of a frame to the page. So when I started this layout, I was thinking about how I wanted to scrapbook a couple layouts about myself. And by that I mean like a couple layouts sharing things about me, because I think it's important to just share who you are, the things you love, and everything. So the next 3 layouts that I'm doing the voiceover for are just photos of me. They're selfies that I've taken, and I'm going to talk about a different aspect of who I am. So on this layout, I really wanted to talk about how I am a city girl. Through and through, I am a city girl. And I thought this photorealism paper was perfect for a layout talking about how I'm a city girl because, I mean, come on, you have to have a city in the background. So I love the city. Like, I just love it. It's my favorite place. I am originally from Toronto. I grew up in Toronto, and then in high school we moved to Richmond Hill, which is just north of Toronto, if you know anything about Ontario. If not, it's just north of it, like really close. And I still considered it Toronto because Toronto sort of amasses everything around it. And then in university, I moved away for university, and then when I moved home with my parents after traveling with the African Children's Choir, they had moved to Stouffville, which is further north of Toronto, and it is like so country, like really country. Like I mean it's a city too, or I think it's called a city, but it's like not a city. And like just to give you an illustration, they have strawberry festivals, which if you're a country person, you're like, "Oh, that's so sweet, a strawberry festival." But if you're like from the city, you understand that I just do not see the appeal. I'm sorry. Like I just can't. I just love the city. I want my big buildings, I want my malls, I want my culture. I want all that. I don't want farming, animals, trucks, mud, strawberry festivals. I don't want that. I'm just such a weirdo. But so we've been living in Stouffville for a while, and I've been living with my parents while I try to figure out what I'm doing with my life. And I just miss the city so much. So I was thinking, why not make a layout about who I am and how much I love the city? So let me just catch you up with where I'm at. I grabbed these giant chipboard letters that say city currently, and they are gold, and they came in the December daily kit from last year, and I haven't used them. So I wanted to use a big bold title on this layout, and I thought that those gold letters would be perfect. And then I grabbed some pink chipboard letters from my stash to put girl, so it says City Girl. And I thought it would be cute for the layout to be girly and like city themed. So I'm just going to be using pinks and pretty colors, and then I wanted to use some of the stamps that I got this month. So there was this really fun heart, and so I'm just stamping that on the background in the city. And I'm using second or third generation stamping just so it's a little lighter. And I put that there. And then in the bottom I put Let's Go. That ends up getting covered up in the end because I end up messing it up. But you'll see that later as I go on. And then I decide that I'm going to have my photo on the right hand side. And it's going to be layered on top of a doily, because that screams girly to me, and I just love doilies, so I thought it was perfect to use that. And I'm having fun making this layout. I just love the pink and black colors together, and then the pop of gold just work perfectly for me. And I'm using my hot glue gun as usual. That's my favorite adhesive. And I've gotten a couple questions lately from people asking why I use my hot glue gun for things, and it's because I love it and I think it's amazing. It's easy, it's cheap, it's quick, and nothing ever falls off, so that's why I use it for everything. Now I wanted to use one of those gold paper clips on the photo, and there was a heart in it, but the heart was like empty, like it was like the negative space, I guess. And I just wanted to back it, so I just grabbed some white paper and backed that behind there just so that it would pop out more. And I'm just sticking that down with my hot glue gun so it stays in place. And this is the point when I realized I had forgotten the ribbon. I had wanted to put pink ribbon right down the middle on the line between the cityscape and that graphic pattern, but it ended up getting forgotten. And then I was thinking, well, maybe I could do a bow with the pink ribbon. And I try that for a little while, but I don't end up liking it, so it ends up getting taken off the layout in the end. And then I'm just going to figure out how I want to do my journaling and final embellishing on the page. So I had a lot of fun making this layout, and I think it's fun to show like something about me, like because I love this city, and I'm talking about what I love about the city. Like I love the tall buildings and the hustle and bustle and the culture and all the fun things I can find in the city. Where I currently am, there is no Starbucks, sadly. There is no movie theater. Oh, that's me showing you I smudged the Let's Go and got black ink all over my arm. So I have to find a way to cover up that Let's Go because it looks horrible. So I ended up grabbing some of this ribbon and I'm cutting a fishtail, and that's not going to cover it up completely, so I need to find something else. And I didn't really have that many embellishments left in the Carolina Moon scrapbook kit, so I'm just looking for some die cuts, and I end up using these crepe paper open book Maggie Holmes ephemera. They're flowers. And I end up using 3 of those in that bottom and making a cluster. And I think about maybe adding a cluster to the top corner to balance it, but I don't end up doing that. I just end up covering up the Let's Go in the bottom. And I like the way that that looks. I mean, it's super girly looking to me, so it fits with the theme. And this is where I'm trying to decide if I want to add one to that top corner, but I don't end up doing that. Just end up playing with them for a while. I love these flowers. Like I need like 5 more of these sets because I've used them on a ton of layouts. And I did do a layout, which if you've followed my channel for a while, where I use like almost half the package of these flowers all on one layout, and it's probably one of my favorite layouts I've ever made. So go check that out if you want to. So I did overlap them a little bit. So I'm just trimming off the excess here because otherwise it won't fit into my page protector. And then I'm going to place that pink ribbon over top of that flower cluster, and I'm just using my hot glue gun for that and letting it sort of fall naturally, and then just trimming that off. And then I'm going to use a couple of these pink sentiment strips to create like a smaller title there. And the ones I use are Aim High and Dream Big, and then a smaller one that says Let's Explore. And I really like the way that those two worked out on there. And then after I'm done playing around with those, I'm going to add my journaling. And my journaling is about all the different things I love about the city and why I'm a city girl. And if you're a city girl, give me a shout out in the comments. And if you're a country kind of person, give me a shout out too. Leave me a comment. Tell me why the country appeals to you. Like, I just don't understand it. But I would love to understand it because I understand that people do love the country. It's like city mouse, country mouse, and they're just from totally different places in the world, and they don't really understand each other, but they love their own place. I feel like this is my own city mouse kind of story. Anyways, that's pretty much the layout. I finished with that. I added some journaling using my Project Life .01 pen. And then I was sad that Let's Go stamp didn't actually end up on the layout, so I ended up using it again and placing it in the top right hand corner. And that's it. Thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!